Heidi hi, back on Miss Cloten's driveway for another virtual trip to a county, a landlocked county, and we're heading northward. So we're going to go to West Yorkshire today. The county town of West Yorkshire, as far as I could find out, is Wakefield, which actually is about the same distance from the driveway as it was to the last county town, which was Gloucester. So it's round about 140 miles, and it would take us approximately 2 3/4 hours, something like that. So let me pop on my specs and tell you about West Yorkshire. It's landlocked. It borders, so I'm going to go anti-clockwise for this one. It borders Lancashire, Greater Manchester, which we're going to do in week 17, Derbyshire, South Yorkshire and North Yorkshire. And if you remember, whenever we've talked about the Yorkshire counties, I've quite often talked about upland areas. So the Pennines are pretty much, and their foothills dominate much of the county, especially to the west of the county. So there are some large towns. There are 5 metropolitan boroughs in West Yorkshire. You've got Kirklees, Calderdale, the city of Bradford in the west. You've got the city of Leeds, and you've got Wakefield. Leeds and Wakefield are more to the east of the county. Now, this is where I'm going to move over to my fact find, and this week has come about West Yorkshire, has come from lovely Mrs. Binney. Mrs. Binney, if you remember, works in the office, and she actually grew up in West Yorkshire. So I thought, who better to ask for some facts? So she's just given me some slightly random, and she kind of said, would these be all right? Or would some of them be all right? But I'm just going to use all of them. So she said her house was in a place called Thornton, which is where the Bronte family, so the Bronte family are a really famous literary family. The Bronte family lived in Thornton before they moved to Haworth. Mrs. Binney's mother-in-law was the Lord Mayor of Bradford for a time. Quite important. And back to the Pennines, this sort of hilly area. Mrs. Binney says she spent a lot of time walking in the Yorkshire Dales, particularly above Kettlewell, Buchan, and Hubberholme, which is in Wharfdale, and she actually got engaged in the church in Hubberholme. And she went to Kettlewell for her honeymoon. I've got a slightly different fact about Kettlewell, because I drove through Kettlewell a couple of summers ago, and they have a Scarecrow Festival in Kettlewell in the summer. It was a little bit weird because everywhere you drove, every sort of corner you turned, there were scarecrows everywhere. But they haven't been able to have their Scarecrow Festival this year, because I googled it and it said it had been cancelled because of the coronavirus. Some of Mrs. Binney's family still live in West Yorkshire, and she told me that her brother and his family live in Queensbury, which is actually one of the highest parishes in England. So I want to say thank you very much to Mrs. Binney for sharing her facts about the landlocked county of West Yorkshire. Next time we're a bit closer to home, we're going to go to Northamptonshire, which is landlocked but not too far from where we all live currently.